Thanks everyone for tuning in to the Bear Zone podcast. I'm your host, Josh Dennison. Let's get right into it.
I mean, we got a quarterback problem. Defense needs to play better. We need better
Let me tell you, last night I had some good Italian dinner with Maggiano's on Clark and Grand out there. So if you guys ever been, go ahead, give it a go. I tried the stuffed mushrooms, stuffed ravioli mushrooms, and man, those were damn good. Might have to get those again. So let me know where's your favorite spot in Chicago. I'm always trying to try out new places to eat and stuff like that. Let me know down in the comments. But now, back into the reason you're here. We're going to talk Bears offensive line. So right now we are 3-10, right? So the season's pretty much over. What we're doing right now is we're going to evaluate who we want to keep. I mean, there's some building blocks here. So we're going to get into it a little bit here. What you grade the offensive line off is like two different things, really. I mean, there's other factors that play into it, but there's two things really that you're grading the offensive line on. Rushing and passing, right? We lead the league week 14 going in. We're on a bye week right now. We lead the league in rushing. About 2,400 yards, about 400 more yards than the Falcons, who are right behind us. So, pretty significant, right? Now, I know we have Justin Fields, and that helps. So, that makes us, when the guy's almost got 1,000 yards rushing on the season as a quarterback, it helps. But I will say this. Khalil Herbert, before he got hurt, yeah, he was doing pretty damn good. And, Montgomery's been okay this year. He has been great. But Khalil Herbert, man, he is breaking through some holes, making some big yardage. I think he was leading the league in yards per carry for a little bit. But, injuries happen. That's part of the NFL. Now, on the flip side of our rushing, we are dead last in passing. Ironically enough, the Falcons are just one spot above us in passing as well. We have about 1,800 yards in passing total offense. So that's not good, right? Pass pro's not that good, right? It's not as good as it should be. But I will say this. Beginning of the season was terrible, right? Now, I just feel like over the past few weeks when we started scoring more points, we just started to come together more as an offensive line. And there's a lot of young guys on this team, so we're still trying to figure it out, right? And week by week, we've been getting better and better. Week 4, and once we play the Patriots, and in that 4-week span right there, we were leading the league in points. Get that. And guess what? You have to have a good offensive line to score. That's the NFL. So kudos to the offensive line. Against the Green Bay Packers, I don't even think they had a sack against us. Kudos to the offensive line. So I'm seeing some pieces here that, it's starting to come together, but nonetheless, also Justin Fields is still learning how to throw the ball. He's getting a lot better, right? He still takes his time where he wants to rush. But, it's a weapon. If you don't use your weapon, then what, what are you doing? So that's, part of the reason why. But he's getting better. Finally had, over 250 yards passing for the first time in his career. So, there's that. Yeah, so it's when you combine the rushing and the offense for our total offense, we're about middle pack right there, about average with the NFL. I believe we average about 20 points per game, which you want to be. I mean, that's not terrible. Considering the beginning of the season, we started off not like scoring that many points, and then like after the Patriots game, we started scoring like 30 points per game. So I mean, that's pretty impressive right there. So it doesn't tell the whole story, right? You have to actually watch this season. Numbers are just numbers sometimes. But I mean, it all goes on the offensive line. So, but we started out kind of, and we kind of built momentum. So I'm gonna give more credit to the coaching staff as well on this. So breaking it down piece by piece, left tackle, you got Braxton Jones, right? This dude is playing. 5th round rookie. He is outplaying the first drafted left tackle in the draft. So what a steal, what a find. He's only going to get better. He's ranked 20th overall out of all the offensive linemen in the draft. Or I mean, in the NFL right now. They're left tackles, I think. But that's impressive. He's playing like a first-round talent, and we got him in the 5th. So good job, Ryan Poles. Good job, Matt Eberflus, for finding that guy, needle in the haystack. That's awesome. Coming from a D2 school, like, impressive. So I think Braxton Jones is staying. There's no reason why he wouldn't. He's playing like a first-round talent. He's only going to get better. He's going to get stronger. Good chance that he's the left tackle of the future. Now, left guard, Cody Whitehair. He's good, right? He's probably the leader on that offensive line. He got hurt this year, so he was out for 4 games. Hasn't allowed a sack this year, hasn't had any penalties, but he's been hurt, so he hasn't played as many snaps as like Braxton. Braxton hasn't been hurt all year. But I don't know what Poles wants to do. I don't know if that's Poles, because what I'm starting to see is he's getting rid of players besides Justin. I guess Darnell Mooney as well. I don't know. He might keep Whitehair, but I'm thinking he wants his fingerprints on this offensive line. So I'm wondering if Cody might be a trade in the offseason. I don't know if they'll release him. I don't think that's something they'll do, because I think he's talented enough to where he'll stay there. But it wouldn't surprise me if we drafted a left guard somewhere in the draft. I'm telling you right now, would not surprise me. A tackle for a guard, either way, not surprising to me at all. So Braxton stays. Cody Whitehair we'll see what happens. Center, what a mess, right? You go and get your guy from Green Bay. You go and get Lucas Patrick. Doesn't play that much in preseason. Gets hurt during training camp. So we don't get to see much of him at all. Doesn't really get that chemistry with Justin Fields. And then Mustipher comes in. Everyone had it out on Mustipher. But you know what? Mustipher has been pretty good for what he's been. Undrafted a few years ago. But he's been playing. I mean, he's not terrible. There's been some games where Mustipher's been actually really, really good. So the fact that we have him is a blessing. So for all you guys that are hating on Mustipher, it's a good thing that we have him, right? Now, he's not a starter, and I don't think he should be a starter. I think we need to go and draft a center. Maybe in the 2nd round. We need to go and get a center. But I would still keep Mustipher around. I would keep him as a backup. He's more than serviceable as a backup. So, the guy knows what he's doing. So, even the guys on the line preach for Mustipher. So, Tevin Jenkins, I know, has been one of them. So, yeah, I think keep Mustipher around. I don't know if we keep Lucas Patrick. What do you guys think? The guy hasn't played. This is the NFL. You don't play, see you later. That's just how it goes. Um, the right guard, Tevin Jenkins, stud. Right? What a turnaround. What a great underdog story this has been. Gets drafted by Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. Projected to be left tackle, right tackle, both those spots. Doesn't really work out in his favor, right? He kind of got bullied around a little bit. Didn't really do so well at that position. Comes in. Get the new regime. So Eberflus comes in with polls, and there's talks about trades. And he gets down on himself during those press conferences. I remember those. And then the press would ask him, "You hear about these trades?" And you could just see it in the guy's face. He was just upset, right? And then just like that, the dude turns it around, and he just becomes, Pro Bowl caliber. He's been great this year. He's been a stud on the line. Yeah, he's been playing better than Cody Whitehair, man. He's been great. He's sticking around. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, if you will. Yeah, I mean, the dude is tearing it up right now. So I was looking at his stats, and last year he had, in 3 games, he had 6 penalties last year. Oof. Now through 13 games this year, he has 2. And that's also, this coaching staff has been doing a lot better with developing players. Our offensive line has been getting developed a lot better than it was when Nagy wasn't here. So give props to Eberflus and the coaching staff. You guys are doing a good job with that up front. So, I mean, I think we're set at left tackle for now. Left guard, Cody Whitehair, question mark. He might play another year, right? We'll see what happens. I still think they draft a left guard somewhere, possibly for the future. And then centers, I think Lucas Patrick is gone, and I think we're going to get another center. We're going to draft, second round. Or no, you never know. We might go and get somebody in free agency. We got so much money in free agency. But I just see them drafting a center. And right guard, we're set at right guard. Tevin Jenkins is our right guard of the future. And then you go to right tackle. Now, this is the big question mark because Larry Borom has not worked out, right? He's obviously been in and out of the lineup. He started there. He's been in and out of the lineup. So I don't know if he's going to stay there anymore. You take out Borom, and then you put in Riley Reif. Riley Reif plays pretty decent. Now, he's only here for a year, right? So we're not keeping him around. He's good. He was good. He was even better back when he was a first-round draft pick. But now he's older, right? He's got some mileage on that. So he's been a good swing tackle for us. Now, bigger story coming in here, and this is what I really want to see with the next 4 weeks. Alex Leatherwood, the guy that we claimed off the Raiders waiver wire, and gets mono, go figure, and I guess he actually lost 20 pounds. That's the story. He lost 20 pounds, so he had to gain all that back. It's been a work in progress. I mean, mono ain't no joke. I had mono. Freaking sucked. So... there's that. And then, you got to get yourself back in shape. His body probably adjusts faster than most, though, NFL. So, but if you watch this last game against the Packers, he looked pretty good. There is some signs that he was doing things that he wasn't doing when he was with the Raiders. He was learning how to drop his anchor a little better. His feet weren't crossing as much. Now, his timing was a little off. He wasn't in sync with the get off with the line. You could tell by watching the footage. But Alex Leatherwood might be our right tackle of the future. Who knows? He's If he plays well enough these last 4 weeks, that's a steal. But I'm also just going to give credit to the offensive line and coach. I think it's Chris Morgan. Yeah, they're doing some things up there that it's starting to look a little better and better each week. Do I still think if there's someone that you think's better as a left tackle in the draft, do you go and get him? Yeah, you go and get him. But our defensive line is atrocious. So I think you go defensive line in the draft. Let me know. I might do a mock draft video. Let me know if you want to see that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to see where this goes with the offense. All right. Well, that's it from me. Please please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. And we'll be back with more. Bear down, Bear Zone.